Ọkachamara ihe na-eto Chukwu, Judith na-etu gị ọkachamara. Judith na-etu gị ọkachamara. Ihe na-eto Chukwu, ihe na-etu ya. The title of this video is Alokwusi. Yes, Alokwusi. That is the title of this faithful video. When I say Alokwusi, it means a lot. What is the meaning of Alokwusi for those that don't understand my dialect? The meaning of Alokwusi is abomination is going to stop. Yes, evil is going to stop. That is the meaning of Alokwusi. When I joined IPOB, not joined IPOB, when I find myself in WhatsApp group that talk about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was not kidnapped. No. He was not kidnapped. No. The person that made me to know Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and his story was Mazi Osondo. He was having a WhatsApp group that is called Omenani Igbo or something. There are things you will not want to relate yourself with. From that name, he called the group Omenani Zondo. From the first name to Omenani Zondo, he is a man that imitates, that jealous people. Somebody like Ifonye Gabo. Yes. I want to talk about Osondo today and how I find myself in WhatsApp group. When he sent me a friend's request, we begin to chat. From chatting, he put me in a WhatsApp group. The reason why he put me in a WhatsApp group for the first time in my life, I want to tell Biafrans the reason why I find myself in a WhatsApp group, so that I cannot be able to buy my tickets and go to Nigeria, to go to Bongo. That is the only reason. Because anybody that talk about IPOB, you can't boldly carry your bag and say you are going home. To tell you for how long I have not visited my land, Biafra land, because today I call it Biafra land. That is the only reason, no other reason. Yes. So, being in a group, they talk about tradition. Everybody bring their knowledge. Me that have open-minded person, I listen to everything. I don't even speak Igbo language very, very well. After many years abroad, you find yourself among people that speak the same language with you, that you think they are your friends, you think they are your family. You begin to relate. You never knew they were trying to weigh you spiritually, physically, and otherwise. I was in that group. Something happened in the neighboring group they call Omenani Zezioku. Amazing group. A lovely group. I still stand and repeat. It used to be amazing group. Yes. They were fighting there. I just came in, I find them fighting. The reason why they are fighting, I don't know. All of them were just against the group and the founder of the group, because they broke away from another group. To tell you how many demonic things that is happening on WhatsApp group. WhatsApp group is one of the places they keep our people in bondage. That is the mental bondage I'm talking about. I remember being a novice, willing to help the group. I did the sacrifice that is needed to revive that group. I remember I did the sacrifice that you see me do today to save Biafran restoration. I remember that group now become one of the best group on WhatsApp group. People were pumping in. People were lovely. We were solving different type of problems. All of a sudden, the group now become something else. There's one thing I like about that group. I don't know what really happened, but I find a teacher called Adishi, Princess Adishi. The person that brought her into that group was Agbego Nkete Onezuzugari. He is the one that brought her into Obenanibo's Ezioku. And she was teaching different type of teaching that is so amazing that I was loving. I love her as a person. Before loving her teachings, she was just so beautiful and amazing. Yes. Things begin to happen. They now begin to talk about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu seriously, intensively. Some of them will come out to call themselves Ezenwai, Dibias, different type of native doctor from different parts of the world are there. I am the only practical Ezenwai, not by talking, not by pretending, fact and figure Ezenwai abroad, Onotarachi Dibia, of which they don't know the secret behind Judy's practication of Dibia. What you don't know is so big that you can't ever be able to imagine. So the group was growing. People now begin to hear about that group, and they are coming into the group, and the group was progressing. All of a sudden, I begin to see different types of people in that group. People that the first person I noticed was a very handsome and amazing guy. Beautiful. He normally play piano. I don't know what they call it. Piano. Yes, like the one, that guy that play piano. I don't know. It went viral. One important artist used the guy to play piano. The guy is a Dibia, I remember. But he is not the one I'm talking about. I'm talking about a talent, extraordinary talent. If God bless me one day, I am going to prepare the document for this guy to come, because that is what I promised the gods. That he's going to be in my compound and he's going to Boromo Mpi. He's going to play that thing for me in this compound by the grace of God. Because when I promise something, I maintain it. Because the boy was just so extraordinary, lovely. Yes. He is the only innocent whistleblower on that platform. When he blows his whistle, it touches the heart. You feel anointing. You wake up. It wakes my spirit. There is something extraordinary in him that I cannot explain. He is just so amazing. I can't remember his name. Then the people that normally come to Malambem, Arorana, Otakago, I can never forget. He now come and begin to Malambem. Hey! How much Algembem ta? Odika Ichiada Aguago. Yes. But I identify him as a digital Ogbanje. I see things that I don't react does not mean that I don't see. Yes. I remember I asked him to do a sacrifice. That he's going to buy yam, coconuts, and some other things to do that sacrifice, to tell you that God identified the evil ones and make them to be connected. Yes. He is the author of the destroyer of Omenanibu's people who know how much they are paid or the role they invited them to play. Yes. And there is another guy. He is, I don't know his name, but he is fat, very, very fat. He explained the use of the native chalk and the use of colas. He is a clean-minded man, honest. Because the evil people, when they see the good people, they will do all things to destroy them. All things. They prepare blackmail, they prepare trap for them to fall in. May God help me to recognize his name or to identify his name, but I can describe him even with my eyes closed. I can tell you he is a good man. Yes. Brethren, if I tell you that God is just so amazing, believe me. The God I serve is so amazing. Nobody in that platform that will say Judith is a bad person. Nobody have ever get an encounter with me and say I am evil. The only thing they will tell you that Judith Net is a platform. I destroy any platform that is not of God. Yes, that is my duty and that is my calling. Anywhere there is evil, Judith will stand up against any evil. Because when you deliver your people from mental slavery, they are going to be free. They are going to know that they are God. When I mean God, you are God. Because the Spirit of God dwells in you. When you identify God and practice love, whatsoever you touch become an instrument. No dibia is going to work for you. No. 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 You will be free from bondage. They understand my way of reasoning and my way of teaching. They now begin to say, this one will scatter our gari. This one is going to destroy our plans. Yes. So, there is another man that I can identify as a good man that gave me the key to be able to stand today in Biafra restoration. Yes. I remember he asked me to do sacrifice. You know, there are sacrifices. When somebody asks you to do it, you ask God, how is the sacrifice going to be done? Yes. What an amazing period. The period was just so amazing. Because I remember I asked God to be identified as a complete Dibia. I have to leave this compound for a while. And God answered as if he knows what is going to happen. Because to being a Dibia is a process. It is a sacrifice. Yes. I remember throughout this period, I stayed with these people. I was taking care of old people. Yes. When you have capacity to love an old woman, and when the old woman blesses you, that blessing go beyond any other thing anybody can think about. There are old women that are good. The way they are good, that is the way you find evil ones too. I remember the first one I met. I'm still talking about women and people's Ezekiel because all these incidents happened at the same time. The first old woman I met, I was loving her. When I mean love, extraordinary love, because she is the first appointment of the testing of the Most High God. Ability to show love. Yes. Ability to experience different type of things. Making yourself to have face-to-face contact with the devil. I am not talking about the old woman, no. I'm talking about the son, of which I don't want to go into details, no. But the time will come, if Judith decide to write the book one day, everything will be inside. I might not know how to write, but I can talk. Exists an audio written, of which I'm going to do one day. Yes. I'm not going to only to do it one day. I'm already doing it on my platform. Because this platform is a divine platform, heavenly platform, where that sacrifice of the cat is done. Yes. So as I was saying, the old woman told me about the husband and described where the husband is buried. In the burial ground, the way she described it is so extraordinary. Her memory was so sharp. I went to the burial ground and I find where the man was buried. How it happens, I cannot explain. Because she cannot go there. I can't carry her because she's heavy. It's like her sending me a message to her husband to tell the husband how much she loved her husband. I went. I tell you, that day, God blesses me that day. Heaven came down. When I mean that heaven came down, it was just so amazing. It was the first appointment in that encounter gave me the possibility to face every demons on my way that it was coming, that I never knew that it was coming. I remember the house was somehow. I remember that I painted that house. I painted the parlor that you cannot imagine because I like making people happy. I was just so happy doing something that I know that is good. There are things I will not want to say on this video because of private issues. I will only say the positive side. Yes. It was just so amazing. And I remember the day I left. I make sure that everything was perfect. Everything was just so amazing. Even the things they have never ever touched in that house was touched by me to make it to be like glass before I left. Not because I don't deserve to be there. Because destiny have a way of doing his things. Yes. So, I left that house to another house in the same city. In this house was just so amazing. Yes. This is where I come to Omenanebuzi Eziokwu fully. I was in that house as we were talking about Omenanebuzi Eziokwu. I was having opportunity to chat, walking and chatting. Anytime I'm free, I chat with them. I remember this woman is a midwife. She takes her time to educate me. Oh God. When you are being educated by an old woman, you don't know what God have done for you. The knowledge this old woman imparted in me was just so amazing that no word is enough to describe how amazing this woman is. She has a very beautiful eyes. Her eyes is intensive. And the love she showed me was just so amazing. Just so extraordinary. Amazing. This woman is the most cleanest woman I have ever seen in my life. She washed her hand every blessed day. Just so amazing. I will sit down and be watching her doing her activities as I watch her. She's just so amazing. No word is enough. I remember being a night male woman, I don't sleep at night. Whenever she called me, I am present 24 hours for her. Because the love she showed me was exchanged by being there for her whenever she needs me. Because in that house, I find peace. I spent 1 year and some months in that house. I was just so happy. For once, somebody showed me love. This woman showed me love. This woman teach me a parable that's called Vorrei, no voglio, non esiste nel giardino di re. That means I want does not exist in the garden of the kings. When you want to ask something, you ask politely. Anything you ask, being polite, there is no how you cannot get that thing. Appreciation. She taught me how to appreciate. She told me how amazing the husband is to her. The husband was just so amazing. She showed me the letter, the first letter the husband wrote for her, the poem dedicated to her. It's so amazing. There are people, when you get in contact with them, you find love. Even if you don't have capacity to love, you find love. I remember once upon a time, the girl my brother wanted to marry told me that love, no, there is peace in having your own. There is love in sharing. There is peace in having your own. I can't forget this word. There are key words in my life that I can never forget. Yes. Because nobody can tell my story more than I can do. When you don't tell your story, people will tell your story zigzag, just the way they want. They will want to wear you the garment that is not yours. But just because God lives, and he's just so amazing. Nobody can wear Judith any garment that is not hers. Never. Yes. So I continue talking. In that house, I remember a lot of things that happen in Women and Ipozesia could not begin to happen. Different type of people begin to come inside the group. I remember that Matthias came inside the group. Everybody knows Matthias. Matthias is the one that normally do fundraising for the people that have kidney problem. He took them to India to do transplants. I met him in Women and Ipozesia. Yes, he came there to solicit for fund. Everybody was donating because Women and Ipozesia is a platform that have the capacity to generate money. Yes. Judith carry grace. When you underrate grace, when grace leave you, you fall down. Go and ask Azuka. I remember the day they asked me not to ring my bell in fundraising. I did not ring my bell again until they stole it in Finland. I don't want to change this topic. I remember there was a kind of video call with Matthias, that normally do fundraising for the people that have kidney transplants. I remember on his table there was a group of people with a native chalk on the table. He was wearing white and he was talking on that video. The video was just so amazing. I don't know where to find the video, but I think I still have it. I was only watching. I remember after he solicited for this fund, I was having an artwork and I put it on that platform. No, I first sent him the artwork to use it to raise funds to be able to save his patient. And I knew it wasn't fun that he was searching for. He was searching for something else. He was trying to send a message. Yes. Thank God I didn't give them that ring. But I still have it. I still remember that same frame. I took it to the hospital where they took care of me. Centro di Eccellenza di Treviso. Centro Trapianto. People will not understand this story, but time will make you to understand what I'm talking on this video. Yes. So as I was saying, the people that normally Malambem came, and a guy from South Africa put me in Alokose. Being a novice in platforms that I wanted to acquire knowledge, he took me to Alokose. When I came to Alokose, they were fighting. When I mean fighting, serious fight. The fight was so intensive that you can't imagine. What are they fighting for? They were fighting how they are going to make IPOB a political party. How they are going to share everything. I still have the records. Yes. I think when I go to my archivio, I can find those words that was said on that platforms. You will get fear. You will be afraid to see abomination happening where they call Alokose. Yes. I still remember they were talking about how to build okumos on all states. As they are talking in my mind, I was saying, I will be a partaker of the people that is going to build our ancestral land, ancestral spiritual place. And I said it, and it's going to happen when Biafra come. All those places that is spiritual in our land, Judith is going to go there by the grace of God. Yes. My land is untouchable. And I want to use this opportunity to say, any Okumo where they do evil, the gods of our land will not speak on that Okumo again. It is a message for you guys. In any Okumo that is spiritual from our ancestors that they do evil, it is not going to respond again. Yes. Ise, 4 market days command our people. Yes. So when I say it is 4 times for those that have ears to understand that the things of the spirit are things you can't be able to understand. When you know where you are going, you know where you are coming from, you know how to solve things that is going to save humanity. Coming to Biafra restoration is not to get Biafra alone. No. It's to deliver my people for bondage. When I mean bondage, for spiritual bondage, to make them to understand that they are God. That they don't depend on anybody, to make themselves approved, to have direct contact to the universe. The only thing the universe is requesting for is collective energy. When you have that collective energy, when that collective energy is activated, we are unshakable. It is not only Biafra restoration that is divided. No, you are making a very big mistake. White Africa is divided. Ekeriaka cake. That is the reason why that collective energy have to be activated. Just because God have already announced it, that is going to be activated, that we are going to find ourselves, that in Twitter space is the place that we are going to fight the last battle. Yes. Who is the prophet that prophesy? When everybody underrates, is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Yes. His prophecy can never be in vain. He said, the message was left for the people that are born for this. And I identify myself in that program. Yes. I identify myself on the program. I remember somebody, I don't want to remember all the people in Omen and Iposesoko. There are key people you have to remember. I remember Agbego Nkete. He lives in India, married to an Indian woman. He has a daughter. I don't know where he went to. I remember he was coming back from somewhere. He had an accident, and he showed me his hand that he had an accident. Nemesis will fall upon you. Yes. So I know that he was not clean, but it's not my duty to judge him. He was the one that carried Biafra Restoration for head. Since I came to Biafra Restoration, I have not seen him with a page, neither a platform talking about Biafra. I left my page, Creative Arts Brain, for 2 years or more to acquire knowledge, to have those things that I don't have, to do that sacrifice that is needed, to be able to stand on my feet today and talk to your conscience. Yes. When your enemy thinks they want to punish you or they want to put you in a situation whereby you will find yourself in one chance, they never knew they are building you spiritually, physically, and otherwise. The Bible says, touch not my anointing and do my prophet no harm. It's a prophecy. It is not mine. Yes. No. No, it's not mine. I remember when I left that house. In that house, I have possibility to celebrate the more. And it is in the mountain. You know the mountain, when you shout, it echoes back. When you are having a problem, you go to the mountain. The only thing you need is to shout. And the word echoes back to you. Yes. Words are oracle. Words are spells. Spells are words. Mathematic word. That is what we are in. As I was saying, the people I met in Omen and Iposese Circle, they are extraordinary people because all of them have played a part in my life. There's one I brought from Facebook and I put in Omen and Iposese Circle. I know he based in Torino. Yes. I remember when they invited me to Torino. I have already prepared myself to go to Torino. I have prepared everything. I was wearing white t-shirt and white trouser. I sit down in the bar. The money I was having to go to Torino was hijacked, kidnapped. My spirit said, no, don't go. Thank God I obeyed. Yes, the story was clear. The message was sound and clear. I remember the people that were there because I did a video call with them. The person I brought from Facebook was celebrating his birthday. It was just so noisy and crowded. And I felt the person I used to love was corrupted in mind. The person of Ifonye Gabo was corrupted in mind. Because I remember the first day I met him, he was clean. Yes. So what am I saying? I remember I was working in the last, no, not the last, in the next house. Somebody that is so close to me pleaded, please, I want you to help me in this journey because I need you to be able to assist in this family. I accepted with all my heart. I went to this family. I was happy being there. There's one river behind the house because the things that attract me is the thing that always save me. I remember I went to the river. The first stone I took in that river, Ngwagi the shape was just like Otto. Yes. It's fact. If eziokwu ikwu ya na eziokwu ka ọ bụ nke Judith ji wee dị difficult. That is the reason why she's going to be like a bone in the neck of as many that want her evil. The bone cannot go down and it cannot come out. It's going to be like the bone of a chicken. Yes. And blessed is going to be to as many as it has always been to as many that loves me. They will excel in life. They are going to be blessed. Yes. Whatsoever they touch in their life is going to be miraculous in their life. Yes. I remember ọfa ahụ na-agọ, ọ ga na-eme n'iru, m ga-anọ n'azụ, ọ na-eme n'azụ, m ga-anọ n'iru. There are stories you don't tell. You leave it for God. Yes. But I remember I went home. It was during COVID-19. The most difficult moment of my life was COVID-19. I was in that house for 1 month. I couldn't go home. I couldn't see my parents. I couldn't see my son and my husband. And I was there. Because no movement anywhere. Everywhere was just shut down. Where God decided to tell the world that He is the one that governs this world. Yes. I spent 1 month in that house. And I remember the person I met in Alokose that followed me to Omenanibo's Ezeoku. When he came, he began to share money to people of Omenanibo's Ezeoku. I remember the key word that made me to understand who he is. He said that people just see message and they don't open it. Because he normally knows people that open messages. Because when you read message, somebody will know if you read the message or not. Yes. I remember he said this word. I remember how many times he shared money to people in that platform. He really shared a lot of money. In Omenanibo's Ezeoku, we were having different type of platforms. That is how you know how Kabas works. Kabas will open a platform for another motive, for many reasons. I used to know somebody, they call her Ezewanyi. Ezewanyi. I'm telling you the key people. I cannot call everybody. Yes. Ezewanyi Opuriche. They call her. Maybe if you write Opuriche on YouTube, you can find her. I've not seen her on Facebook. She is a game player, a key player too. Very, very important. Yes. During the period of Uno Egwuriegwu Namo, they call that platform where they now decide that they will not be saying different rotty things in Omena and Soko himself, that place is going to be only for tradition and teaching. They now decide to open another platform for Egwuriegwu. Yes. On that platform, somebody say, I think I'm Igbo. Somebody that I invested in. Somebody I saw, who know where I saw her, and brought to Omenanibo Eziokwu. Because they made me admin in Omenanibo Eziokwu and asked me to bring in people. And I did. And I numbered all of them because I don't know how to write their names. To be able to store them in Omenanibo Eziokwu. And we write Omenanibo Eziokwu and write a number. I identify them by numbers. Yes. I identify them by numbers. I was assisting everything that was happening in the house of Egwuriegwu, the type of play they normally play there, erotic play, and I was watching. Because people underrate erotic. Erotic is fine in our tradition too. Because all those are the things, when you know it, it will be easy for you to be able to have keys that you need. Thank God that what they did in that platforms, they did it. It will have been so difficult for me to explain what is going to happen in the book that I have in my archivio, all the activities on that platforms. Yes. So when they now begin to quarrel, because there's one they call Ada that came, another one they call, I don't know her name, she's an Agbo girl. Another witchcraft. Ada and this girl, she's an Agbo girl. They practice witchcraft. Yes. But no matter how witchcraft they practice, they were unable to stop that thing that I wanted to do. Yes. Ada was able to know how to manipulate anything they were talking on the other side. She was shifting it to me. I learned a lot. What I learned gave me the power to stand today in Biafra restoration, because they are the one that gave me the key that I need to be able to stand here today and tell you that I'm ready to lose everything that I have, because I have nothing to lose. Yes, nothing. Nothing. Because when you die, you don't take anything home. Nothing you can take home. If they bury you with nothing. I remember when the journey was tough. I came to the cabinet, because the way we have cabinet in IPOB, we still have cabinet there too. In WhatsApp group, the people you see there is the only admins, the people that they call DC, the head people are there. They were judging cases and I was listening. And the person they were judging the case was this guy that I brought from Facebook and put into the platform. Because I don't want to call their names until the time comes. Yes. He was the one that was creating all the chaos. He was the one that was building and rebuilding everything. I was only defending him. Yes. I know the day I stopped to defend him. I know the day. I cannot say it on this broadcast. Because when you identify a witch, you call him one. Yes. When you identify witch, you call it one. I remember in the cabinet meeting where the guy I met in Alokosi was there too. I was having a glass cup because that period I have passion. 8 more ammo, different sizes, of which I even use it to celebrate my birthday, my 22 birthday. Yes. So that 2022 birthday. Yes. I use it as a cake. I put it on top of the cake. It was just so amazing that birthday because a lot of things happened on that birthday. Yes. So I put one of the ammo in a glass cup and bring it out for them. And tell them, leave these guys alone. They are innocent. They were only trying to enjoy themselves. They are not married. They are single. Maybe by so doing, they might find wife. They might find husband. That is what I told them. And that is how Hotline was born. Hotline was born because of this act. So nobody was harboring them. And I decided to use myself to create a hotline and invite them into the hotline to come and begin to bring their madness in the hotline. But before then, Ifonye Gabu told me that he joined a WhatsApp group where they normally share in her romana, and we were discussing it. And he told me a lot of things that I don't want to say here, so that I will not miss my words. I remember in that hotline, they post different type of video. I now see somebody that is ready to offer them whatsoever they need. Yes. That is another story that I don't want to open the chapter now. No. I invited somebody that is so dear to me on the platform, and he's accepted immediately. I was happy because he accepted. He accepted. Yes. Everything that was needed, God make it available on that platform. Everything I need, God make it available on that platform. To tell you that God have his way. At least, not God has his way. The God I serve, the God I do sacrifice for, he has his way of doing things. When I put him there and he accepted, I find another voluntariator that know how to pump video more than any other person. I met him at the bar. He become my friends. He normally invite me out to eat kebab. Yes. I put him there. He was pumping videos. I don't have interest in watching those videos. Sometimes I just watch. But I don't watch. It was just disturbing my phone. Sometimes I will delete. Thank God that my phone is free now. because the purpose of that group have been achieved. It is closed, but not in all. It's still open until I will decide what I'm going to use the platform for. If I'm still going to call it hotline, it's going to be hotline. But everything I needed was there. The people that I needed was there. That was the most important thing. Yes. The key that I was having to fight in Biafra restoration were there. I was just so happy and amazing. Because nobody is going to tell your story if you don't tell your story. You might not say it the way you want to say it. But I know any day that God decides it's going to be a bestseller. Yes. Because when you document anything you do, you can be able to put it step by step. Yes. Step by step. Almost all my life is on social media. If I eat, I put it on social media. If I cough, I put it on social media. Because I am a social media influencer. A content creator. Everything becomes content for me. Because I was having a dream. Yes. So, you will say, where is this story going to? This story is so divine that you can't imagine how divine this story is. So amazing that you can't imagine. Yes. I don't want to talk of Onwane Tirora now. Onwane Tirora is going to be the last talking I'm going to do. And the last visit, almost towards the last talking, that I might not even be the one that is going to release. My son will release it when the time comes. Yes. Because he is the one that I am fighting for. A better future. To vindicate him. To pull away that garment that the world have put in upon the mother. At the same time, wearing my son, the garment that is not his. In a land of his father. You don't understand. I want to thank Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because his words, his message, for me, I saw it in that group when he was talking about artists. Let me drink water. I think I need to drink water because I want to put this story in one place. There are stories that is oracle because people don't know what oracle is. Oracle is not when you put alpha on the table, no. Oracle go beyond what I can see because we have a lot of liars in the name of alpha. I don't tell you no onyasiri. No. Judith Adabo Drafa. No. Because during the time of ancient, before anything will happen, our ancestors normally consult to the gods. And when the God speaks in parable. It is only those ones that have wisdom, knowledge, understanding, can be able to understand the oracle of the gods. A wise man don't talk words. A wise man talk in metaphor. Italian words will use metaphor. Modo di dire, le cose. In my own place, they use inu. Italian language is just like our language. Italian is a complete language. Italian language is the only language that permits you to be yourself. You can call one name in different manners. The language is just so amazing. The land is just so amazing. And some people that possess the land is just so amazing. For the first time, I discovered things that make me to not understand that the way we have racism in Biafra land, that is the same way we have racism in Italian land. That word, racism, Facebook, I'm trying to educate my public. It is something that dwells in every person. Depends on the type of person you meet. Depend how you interpret that word that I don't want to repeat because of violation. All those are the collective energy that have to be activated so that all of us in this world will become one. Because as I always say, I am not fighting for Biafra alone. I am trying to fight for humanity, collective energy. It is that collective energy that will make us to be able to be one, to make you to be happy, to make you to be able to share and be happy to have your own. Because somebody will say there's love in sharing, but there's peace in having your own. Everybody that I met in my life have left a key word for me to open that keys that I need. Yes. I remember that I was in Bongo. Let me call it in Nigeria. Somebody sent me a poem that was talking about Veneto. That is a poem about Veneto. Veneto. The poem, I still have it. Yes. I remember that I was in Nigeria when that video was sent to me. And something happened when that video came. That video established a dialogue that now become, the dialogue now becomes, it takes the right key to open the door of the heart. Ci vuole la chiave giusta per aprire la porta del cuore. Yes. So, as you see, life is just so extraordinary. I want to advise anything you do in your life, have a documentation of anything, anybody you meet in your life, the role they play in your life. You don't have to say it. Just have it in your mind. You will have it and no peace. There are people I will not want to mention on this video. But I want to end this video like this. Chukwu okike abịama pụrụ ime ihe niile. Ọkachamara ihe nnetu gị. Chukwu ahụ nsị ya nọrọ n'elu ka nne si ya na-asụ ka hapụ ife ọzọ. Chukwu mara na ọ ga-eke Judith, mana Judith amaghị na ọ ga-eke ya. Chukwu si Judith that at the age of 50 years, that is going to change the narrative. Chukwu si Judith nwee ndidi na ọ ya dị mma. Chukwu ahụ mkpọrọ day and night under the full moon, with all the rituals that is needed, with my cowries that have been standby for 4 years. My cowries have been standby for 4 years. Outside, after this video, that is the first thing I'm going to post. To tell you there are places that you can't be able to transpire. No evil can be able to come to my house and bounce and get balance. Because the energy that dwells in me will provoke the universe to come down. May God bless anybody that means well for me. the person is going to possess his possession on this planet Earth. The person is going to excel on this planet Earth. The person is going to possess his land. The person is going to be exalted above all things. The universe is going to stand and protect and write a good story of any man, anyone, woman that have ever meant well for me. He's going to call for one. Millions will come for him for good. And let curse be laid upon any man, any woman that is going to mean evil for any Biafrans at large. That is going to mean evil for any person that is a Biafran, that is an African on this planet Earth. Yes. The evil the person planned is going to bounce back to the person in 100 folds without receipt. Because the law of karma is like a boomerang. When you throw it, it comes back to you in 100 folds. And when it comes, it goes direct to the destination. Yes, a lot of people have spent a lot of money for Judith, but Judith only have one thing to fight them. What they don't have, I have it. Capacity to forgive and love without reserve, with advantage and disadvantage of Judith. If you ask Judith today, are you proud of yourself? I can boldly tell you with my full chest, I am so proud of myself. So proud that you can't imagine. I cannot write my story if God had not designed it to be like that. When you on your phone in the dark, what do you see? You see a lot of ants haunting your phone as if they want to enter inside. That is how light is. When the devil identifies light, he activates all the mechanisms to fight that light. It is only when you off the light they disappear. Yes. Why is it that Judy don't sleep at night? I have not slept since yesterday. Because when they break, they will disappear. Yes. God, you're so just so amazing. When that ant, that rubbish, in the front of your phone, because there is darkness, searching for the light on your phone. When they break, everywhere will be light. They will disappear. They will go and mind their business. So what am I saying? May God Almighty make your enemy to be busy. May you not be so stranded that you go and ask your enemy for help. May no man give you something that is not going to be of use for you. May anybody that really loves you give you what you need when you need it, not to put you in difficulty when you really need that help. Yes, Judith have a story, amazing one, that can be able to break all doors. Yes, I am Judith Osazua, and this is my story. A part of my story, because the story is not finished. The reason why I decided to use English and a little dialect and Italian language on this message, so that if God make this video to go where I want it to go, a lot of people will learn something. When you are going on a WhatsApp group and they ask you to bring your picture or to sign a signature to register the WhatsApp to anywhere. Don't be a partaker of that crime. Don't do it. Because I am a testimony. Omenani Bozesioku was registered. But today, Matthias, the one that normally take people to India for transplants, he is the one parading Omenani Bozesioku as if he is the owner of Omenani Bozesioku. That man is like a prophecy to tell me how my life is going to look like. And he interpreted his role very well. I received the message and I walked towards it. And I promised myself that that message is going to come to an end, that I'm not going to utter anything. I'm not going to interrupt anything. Because when you interrupt what God wanted to have, what God wants to happen in your life, is like interrupting your destiny. So even if something evil is happening in your life, God is aware of it. Just pass through those pains. Those are the things that is going to approve you in this world. So that when you are backing, you will not back alone. You will back with every strength you have. The story is not finished because there's going to be another page where the gods of WhatsApp dwells. Do you know the place? Ndo Kanando Gomo. That is the place that make me to understand how WhatsApp works, how social media works. That platform make me to understand that that is the place the last battle is going to be fought. Because on that platform, I remember I was admin on that platform. And I brought somebody there. I brought a lot of people on that platform. On that platform, the WhatsApp, the fight in all this WhatsApp group was fought. Everybody was watching. The people I thought maybe they could be able to utter a word, they didn't utter a word. Yes. On that platform, I understand a lot of things. I acquire knowledge. Because anywhere I find myself, I try to put myself to acquire knowledge. On that platform, I learned. You have to read to make yourself approve. There are things that people underrate. People underrate people that are dyslexic. They have capacity to learn. And when they learn, it becomes something extraordinary. Yes. If you have a child that is dyslexic, go and bust champagne and begin to thank God because you have a special child. Special children are extraordinary. When they look at your face, they go with love. Special children have the capacity to give you love, unconditional love, the one that money cannot buy. That type of love that no word is enough to describe it. As I'm talking to you now, you don't know what God have really done for me. That if all my body is filled with mouth, it's not enough to say thank you for what God have done for me. I know that one day I will dance because at the end of the tunnel, you have to only celebrate God and dance. That is the reason why I say I don't work for anybody. The energy I have now is for myself alone and for my family. Because it took me time to accumulate all this energy that I want to spend for myself now. Yeah, God. It's so amazing what God can do for someone. Yes. Just so extraordinary, amazing. Sanu dazi obu yobito ha. Ehi weno arehiem ya. Egike de solo bukbanere. Ehi nu ya wimi hago. Bukbanere. You are the only one that have capacity to save. You are the only one that know that red is my favorite color. You are the only one that know what it means, of which up to today I cannot explain. I want to make this color to excel because it's found in Biafra flag. Red represents life because without blood, life cannot exist. It's not like water. Water is another thing that is so essential in our body that without water we cannot be able to live. Water occupies 80% of our body. Water plays the most important role in our body. That is the reason why when you have the knowledge of the universe, whenever you want to pray, whenever you want to ask God for something extraordinary, the only thing you need to do, if your hands are clean, drink water. As you are drinking that water, the only thing you need to do, the incantation that is needed is let your will be done, and see how you are going to drink your water and have peace inside you. May peace be to as many that want peace, and may cause be to as many that want to bring Judith down for no reason. The invaders that have come to my life thinking they can be able to put a taproot, but they never knew that they are like feathers, that when the winds blow, they fade away. They are like the leaves that when they dry, they fall down. They are like the ram, when it's tired, they fall down. They are like, I don't know how to describe them, but God knows that I am a taproot on my own in my life. That is just so amazing. An innocent child, the only dream that she was having is to love her husband and have amazing family. That the destiny have already directed her to her destination by prophecy, not by mouth. Yes, in this house I came by prophecy, not because I searched for it. It was destiny to change the narrative that the devil wanted to perpetrate in my life. You know, when a lot of people hate someone and they then become group, they now begin to form that group and make it to become something else. They agree just to do evil because God is not aware of that evil. It can never be established. Everything that happened in my life, God is aware of it. Because in the Bible, there's a story of Job that loses everything. At the end, God makes himself approve. So I am not afraid to lose everything. The only thing that the devil cannot be able to touch is my life. Because somebody will think about it before them. I love you all. There are days that the enemy cannot be able to manipulate my words. My signature is in this words. My signature is in as many that have ever met in my life. As many that have played different type of roles in my life. Negative, positive. I am still searching for a friend. When I mean a friend, amazing and extraordinary friend. I know I have it, but I will not call the person's name for a reason best known to me. the day I'm going to celebrate her, that day is going to be just so amazing. You will see me celebrate her in a way that I have never done before, because nobody can be able to touch anything that I love. Anything that I have ever loved in my life. You touch it, oh God, you don't know the things that is going to come. I am not the one that is coming because I'm innocent. Like the cats I picked coming back from Treviso. I am not the one that kept the cats there. I find the cats there. I found the cats there. I only obey instruction to take the cats home. And that is what I did. So you that is thinking to do me evil, if I were you, you will remove your hand, because if you don't remove your hand, God knows that darkness will fall upon you. Ise, 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 Ise. And as many of you that want to bring Biafra restoration, I want to turn it to a political party. Remove your hand, because if you don't remove your hand, darkness is going to fall upon you. Ise, Ise, Ise. As I will always say, I will not want to lose any of you. Maka na enwete Biafra, mụ na onye ga-ebi. Enweghị onye mụ na ya ga-ebi na enwete Biafra. So that is the reason why, if you repent, God is going to have mercy on you. And I want to remind Adado Roger, there's one music she normally play on her platform, a very old music. This music is like oracle for me. I will not say the music, but that music helped me a lot in Omenani Uzesioku. To tell you that I know the demons I'm fighting. The demon I'm fighting is not my brothers and sisters. It's not humanity, no. It's the demon they fear inside them. Are the demon I fight. Because I believe, so long I live, collective energy is going to be activated on this planet Earth. And so shall it be. N'aha Chukwu Okike Abịama pụrụ ime ihe niile. Ise, ise, ise. Who knows if I will come to Facebook to tell you about the first exhibition I did in Italy, or the second exhibition, or the third one, or the fourth one I did. There's one that is so extraordinary. They call it Campionaria. I remember that exhibition like yesterday. That exhibition marked God's faithfulness in my life. A negative plan that became a positive one.